And it sounds like you're willing to sit down with somebody at any stage to explore that possibility and then map out a game plan. Which seems
100%.
valuable.
You have no idea how many clients I'm actually working right now that I met a year or a year and a half ago. And I told them, I gave them homework. And I'm like, listen, you want this kind of house? Probably in a year or 2 years, it's going to be a little bit pricier, more higher price. But if we're going to account to that, and then we're going to see your finances today, let's see into a year, maybe you get a raise, maybe we can work on your credit, pay some debts. And right now I'm working with a lot of clients that came to events with me or like sat down with me and I gave them some homework. Right now people are ready and they have their pre-approval and looking every weekend for their home.
It's amazing what happens when you get a plan, right? You mentioned maybe you get a raise. Well, maybe you've been timid to ask for a raise, but when if you sit down with Daniela and Daniela says, hey, X amount more income will get you there, I think you're knocking on the boss's door a lot faster. Right?
And not only that, people are, nowadays we live in a gig economy, right? So people do Uber on the side.
Right.
People do, deliver sometimes. People get creative, work, social media. There's many ways to create income right now that if you just add a little bit to that income a year from now, 2 years from now, if you do your taxes correctly, if you actually, sit down with your accountant and see your possibilities, definitely sets you up for a much better pre-approval, a much better, approach to buying a home for sure.
And when you do look towards secondary income to be approved, it just needs to be on the books for a little while. Right?
Yeah. I mean, if you're using loans like FHA, you want to make sure that you have at least 2 years of that, self-employed income. And that is not declining, because sometimes, 1 year is better than the other. You want to make sure that, if you're working towards that goal of buying a house,
the consistency is important.
You want to stay consistent with that income. Or if you're using loans like conventional, sometimes we only need 1 year of that. There's many ways to, be creative about putting that transaction together. Some people don't have their down payment and closing costs. Sometimes it's hard. And nowadays, everything's so expensive that it's hard to save money. It really is. So if you're able to save at least your down payment, we can try to include those closing costs into your loan and make sure that you qualify for that. So there's endless possibilities.
And for anybody listening or watching that says, 2 years, 2 years goes like that.
So fast.
So fast.
And when you think about how many years have you been paying rent? How many years have you been paying somebody else's mortgage? You might as well just wait 2 more years, work on what you have to work on, and get ready to own your home.